Good evening, everyone. Appreciate you being here. We got a lot to cover in a short period of time. Thank you for being here. I know a lot of you have had phenomenal weeks and excited about everything that's happening. If this is your very first time, we're here every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, or excuse me, at 8 o'clock Eastern, right before the 9 o'clock corporate call. I think tonight's going to be a good one corporately. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping. Here's the link at the top of the page. If you have not already registered for that, we want to make sure we're on there at 9 o'clock tonight. Want to congratulate Tammy Hillebrand from Tennessee, mother of 4 children, full-time work, pulling and yanking doors when she can, doing a phenomenal job. New 10 club members, two new 10 club member, congratulations, Tammy. I want to congratulate everybody that submitted their company reports for recognition. It's so important, guys, to get into a rhythm and a routine. This tool will help you in ways that's hard for me to even explain, but awesome, all of you that did submit your report. Number 6 this week was Cecil. Cecil's in Houston. Tammy, our new 10 club member, Success Leaves Clues. Tammy was number 5 this week. Steady Dave in Florida was number 4 with 33 points. Alan Knight, California, was 3rd with 35. Kay, this is the first time on our leaderboard. Congratulations, Kay. Not sure where Kay's from, maybe Georgia. She's part of Michael Penland's group. 39, awesome job. And then Kamala Robinson was number 1 this week with 43 points. So congratulations to all of you. Job well done. And this has been a very transitional week. It was crazy for me. I've been in Kentucky all week, and it was crazy to come. It's like I picked the worst week in the world to try to go chill and just relax. It was a great time, but it was a crazy week, as all of you know. I really believe that for many of you, next year, 2023, will be the best financial year of your life. If you go all in and you do it now. And that's the only stipulation. And I mean, really go all in. And that's kind of what I want to really try to communicate tonight. Going in with the conviction, the emotion, the determination to make 2023 your best financial year ever. You have the opportunities to be able to do that, but it takes an all-in mentality, whatever all-in means for you. I've been in the game 42 years yesterday. I joined Shackley on October 25th, 1980. That's how long I've been in the team building game. When I started, I was living in this little 600 square foot house, driving a beat up Chevette. Those of you that heard the story 1,000 times, I apologize. But I was a 20-year-old snot-nosed kid, didn't have a clue. The profession changed my life because of the personal development, the wisdom of the ages, exposing me to people like Jim Rohn. And I became a millionaire at age 35, which if you'd told me that when I started, I mean, all I was looking for was no boss and $100,000 a year. That was my big ultimate goal. I became a multimillionaire by the age of 40, and I retired from building teams. And I did it to pursue other businesses. I love the profession. I love team building. I love working with people. But I saw the path of the wisdom of ages getting skewed. A lot of excuse makers, fake gurus. I saw a lot of people that were just hanging out but not progressing, and I just didn't want to be part of it. So I got out of the industry to pursue other businesses. And when I did, I got into what I call my coast mode for 15 years. And during that time, I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in seminars and courses and private coaching, learning different business niches. But as soon as I sold my company, my phone started ringing and people wanted me to come and speak at different events. And I became the corporate trainer for a few different companies during this time. And network marketing has always been my bread and butter. I couldn't, in good conscience, attempt to recruit somebody and bring them in and build a team because I didn't see any opportunity out there that was worthy of doing that, to spend that kind of time. But if people had already made that decision that that's what they were going to do, then I felt like I could support them and help them every way I possibly could. And that was my focus. So every weekend I'm doing an event somewhere, but for network marketing, which was easy for me. But during the week, I'm working and learning different business models all along the way, and just multiple business models. Everything from shrimp farming to real estate investing. We had a franchise concept for people to bring their items to a business that wanted to, for the business to sell them on eBay. Called We Sell For You, nonprofit organization. We work with nonprofits, e-commerce stores, Amazon FBA. I dabbled in crypto enough to be dangerous back then. And my ultimate goal was, look, I made $10 million my last 5 years in network marketing, building a team. I'm retiring and I want to do other things. And I never expected my phone to start ringing and to get so busy just generic teaching and training in network marketing, but that's what happened. But in my mind, I'm just going to learn as many of these niches as I can, and I'm going to write a book called How to Make 6 Figures in 6 Different Niches in the Same Year. And I felt like that could happen. I still feel like that can happen. But during that whole time, I had no passion, no fire, except when I was on stage, because I felt a sense of obligation. If a company hired me to come in and work with their team or their people, than to give it all I had when I was in front of that group. But other than that, I'm just in a learning mode. I'm in a coast learning mode. And I knew that a lot of the business models I was learning, and I didn't learn all of them at once, it was segmented, but most of them, I'd already missed the big wave in the majority of them. And then, during all this entire time, I was offered different bridge money deals. They'll come and we'll give you some bridge money. People offer me to be their master distributor for their company. I had no interest at all. And I would tell owners, just the fact that you offered me bridge money tells me I don't want to ever work with you, because if I just don't believe in it. If people are good enough, then they should be able to start like everybody else starts and build the business. So a lot of stuff was going on. For 10 years, I never enrolled as a distributor or affiliate with any network marketing company. I was not involved with any team building program until 2010. In 2010, I was hired as a corporate trainer and consultant for a startup called MPB Today. The guy sold me a bill of goods. He said, we got an investment group. We're going to buy all the Piggly Wiggly grocery stores throughout the South. We're going to expand them throughout the United States. People will be able to go to the grocery, buy all the products they're already buying, the Campbell's soup and their Captain Crunch, and people will get paid commission, BV, when somebody buys their Captain Crunch. And I thought, if this guy can pull this off, this will be unbelievable. And we had an unbelievable run there for about 10, 12 months. It exploded. And we were rolling, free gas, free groceries. And then June of 2011, he was wanting to do all these changes to the compensation plan. I said, absolutely not. It'll get you in trouble. We cannot do it that way. That will never work. He got real manipulative. He quit paying people their commissions, what they were due, and he wanted to make this major change in the comp plan. I went to the Dominican Republic or somewhere on vacation. I came back, and when I came back, he had changed everything. I had my Saturday morning training that I did with that organization, and I resigned on the spot and left 20,000 plus on the table. and this was rolling. We were having a lot of fun, but I could not believe how this guy just shot himself in the foot. And I got out and we resigned. And I promised Don, I said, look, I will never again build a team. I'll never again be involved in network marketing. We'll just go back into our semi-retired mode and just do the fun stuff that we like to do. And I'm telling you all this, guys, because I want you to understand, where are you in this whole process in your entrepreneurial journey? What's brought you to tonight, to this time and place? What has your path looked like? So for 5 years, we did the fun stuff. And in 2015, I just felt led, because I saw network marketing just becoming more and more delusional, in my opinion, because I'm speaking twice a month at different locations, different events for different companies. I'm out there and I'm doing my very best to try to bring people back to fundamentals, wisdom of the ages. And it seemed like every company I spoke for, everybody's trying to find the foo-foo dust. And it was just driving me crazy. And I kind of felt led to start the podcast. That's how I met some of you that are with us tonight. And so what happened was, I found a company, it was called Acervia, by accident, because I wanted to, I found this little gizmo gadget to promote our Wildcat Gifts e-commerce store. And the whole idea behind this was, you put these little gizmos in different locations, and if anybody gets within a 1,000 feet with a cell phone, that they would get a text message, your promotion, on their phone automatically if they just got within 1,000 feet or so of these beacons. And I'm thinking, my gosh, where are all the Kentucky Wildcat fans? They're at Kroger Field where they play football, and they're at Rupp Arena where they play basketball. And if I can get these gizmos put all over Rupp Arena and all over Kroger Field, it's like fishing in a barrel, because I can promote whatever I want to promote right on their cell phone, just because they're in the vicinity. I love the concept, love the idea. And I knew that it could work for some of the network marketers that we were working with. And I did a webinar that I was doing every week anyway, generically, and I talked about this. And over the next 7 days, we sponsored 113 people into that program personally. And it's like, oh my gosh, now I have responsibility, because I have people, I have a team, I have to try to help them the best way I can. I have no choice. It's not just about me now and promoting my e-commerce stores. Our team was exploding. We were rocking it. And then Google decided to turn off the nearby service, which is the technology that everything was running on, was Google's nearby service. And when that happened, it was like, now I've got, thousands of people, and some great people I've developed really strong friendships with, and I've got to find a home for them. And we went to Euphoria Science real quick, probably too quick. I love this product. It made sense to me, but costs too much, but it's a great product. It's customized nutrition. I still take it today, based upon your own DNA. You do your DNA and it creates a custom vitamin for you individually based upon your own DNA, but it was just too too expensive for the general public out there. And so I'm learning all along this path. And then in 2020, I got my passion back, and here's why. The 4 stars lined up: a category creating product based upon negative ion technology, the best compensation plan I had seen in my life at the time, paying back 63% to the field, a company that started in outside of the United States, already had 6-figure monthly earners. Now they're coming to the United States. I expected, if they're doing that in other countries, then they'll do it here. The stars lined up. We got started. We were doing extremely well. We won a couple of cruises. We were making good money. But during all this time, I saw a lot of really good people that were working really hard, but they were not progressing at the clip and the pace that I felt like they should be. And it was bothering me. We had people that were making money, but not at the level that I felt like they should be. Dawn and I were doing phenomenal, but our team wasn't. And for me, that's what it's always been about. You can have anything in life you want if you what? Help enough other people get what they want. So August of 2021, I'm very thankful I got COVID because it wiped me out for a week. I couldn't do anything. And when I started to come out of it, I was having real high temperatures, 103, 104. There's a couple of days I don't remember much about. But when I started to come out of it, I was able to start really thinking about our team, what's going on. I was hoping they were doing okay. I knew we had leaders that were picking up the pieces and keeping things moving forward. But I really had some deep conversations with myself. And I realized that what I had read years ago in Success Magazine was truer than it ever had been. And that is, if people want what you're selling, you'll get rich. And I realized that we had a phenomenal product, great company, phenomenal ownership, everything. I loved the company. I loved it. I loved the people. I loved everybody. But the market just didn't care. And if the market doesn't care, you're beating your head against the wall. You're going to be spinning your wheels. And I said, okay, from an investment standpoint, if I could do something the rest of my life, what would it be? And I said, I would finally take the time to get myself self-educated on this whole crypto market. And in November, I made the decision to pivot to iHub Global. And we had already knew about the hotspots. I'd already ordered 6 from another company. I love the passive income of that. But I had no idea what was going to come after that would come. But I just had to make the pivot because I knew that I personally could not continue doing what I was doing the way I was doing it, because I just wasn't seeing enough progression for people on our team. I sincerely believe today, and I did a podcast about this, I don't know, a few months ago, that traditional network marketing is over. You can have the best product in the world, but the reality is the market doesn't care, especially in nutritionals, because people that believe in nutrition are loyal to their brands, and the people that don't believe in nutrition and supplementation, but at this point, never will. And I'm not going to do the whole podcast here, but I sincerely believe that all consumable product MLM opportunities are dead, gone, over. I know that a new era of wealth creation and team building is here, that 99% of leaders in the team building network marketing profession don't even understand that something new is even here yet. And everybody's looking for something new because everybody knows it's not what it once was, but they have not figured it out yet. 95% of the people in this company, iHub Global, in my opinion, are not all in. They're not all in. They're treating this time and place in history like I treated these niches that I entered during my coasting years. That's how they're treating this, like just another niche, just another something. They're not all in. And you can tell by the questions being asked. And, they always say there are no stupid questions. And I agree with that. But if you're serious and you're committed and you're focused, after about 90 days, there should be no stupid questions. If you're plugged in and learning and becoming self-educated and you're really all in, within 90 days, you're going to have the fundamentals that you need to go as far as you want to go, and hopefully quicker than that. So what I see in this whole company and on this team is a lot of people. They're great people. They're great people, and they see the opportunity, but they're not committed to it, and they're not all in yet. They're not all in yet. They're treating it like I treated every niche that I went into during my coast years. And that's fine. If people are just here to have fun and enjoy it and make some money on the side, that's cool. But a lot of people that are going to miss the big picture here because they're treating it so passively. And again, guys, for me to maintain sanity, I need leaders to lead and to get plugged in. And I don't know who they're all going to be yet. I don't. But I do understand that you're strong as the weakest link in your chain. And like when I have conversations with somebody that I don't know that's on our team way down in depth somewhere, but has 17 loot boxes in the market, and he doesn't even know what the 10 club is, that bothers me. I'm tired of asking, who is your upline? Because 3 months ago, I could ask, who is your upline? And I knew who the upline was, and I could have a heart-to-heart with that upline. Now, this has gotten so deep that I don't even know who most people's uplines are at this point. So as a team, we've got to really do our part. If we're going to sponsor people, then we got to give them a chance to win, and that's getting them plugged in to the email list, the team email list, the Facebook group, and to these webinars. And I'm asking you guys, please do the best you can, because I'll go nuts. Because when I meet somebody, I run into somebody that's been around for 2 months, has 17 players, and has no clue what this team or culture is all about, that bothers me. I can't handle that. So it's going to take going all in to become a millionaire in 2020. And I believe 2023. And I believe this could happen. I don't see how it cannot happen for some of you. With the path that you're on. And again, everyone that I can look at and say they're going to do it, they're going to do it, they're going to do it. What do they have in common? They're all in. They're all in. They're plugged in, they understand, they learn. They aren't they're trying to contribute to what we're doing, not to just extract from what we're doing. So we have two opportunities since June of 2022, when the Loop Meta beta launched. You guys have been around since then, have heard me say dozens of times. In 40 years plus as an entrepreneur, I've never seen an opportunity with this much upside potential. No auto ship, no cost to join, no membership fees for the customer or the affiliate, and we don't sell anything. We give it away. We give the Loop players away. Businesses love it. They love the digital signage. They love being able to add engaging content. They love it. Here's the only thing here. What are the odds the OBN token goes on the exchange? Everybody's been kind of waiting for that. They told us originally between October 15th, November 15th. That's here. I'm hoping we get some kind of update tonight. We might not. I personally, like many of you, have listened to the OBN executives many times, and I have no doubt this is going to go on the exchange. When, we'll find out, but I have no doubt it's going to happen. Do I know when? No. But even if it doesn't go on the exchange for a year, just think about this. If you do 50 boxes a month average for your first year, give away 50 boxes, 50 players a month. You can get out your calculator. Your first year, you would make $102,000 just in activation bonuses, even if you had no team. 102,000. That's not bad. That's not a bad part-time gig for giving away 50 Loop players on average per month. Plus, at the end of the year, you would have accumulated 600,000 tokens, coins. Pretty good. The $1 million potential happens when this goes on the exchange. But see, the thing about it is, if you average 50 a month for 1 year, that's 600 players in the market. From your 13th month on, if you never added another player, you're still accumulating at the pace that we are now, $60,000 worth of tokens every single month from that point forward. I mean, when you really stop and get plugged in, get committed, and get your calculator out, it kind of blows your mind. 60,000 worth of tokens monthly from this point forward. And I know millionaires will be created with the Loop program. I have no doubt that that's going to happen with this program. And again, you can get out your calculator and run the numbers, and you can kind of see it for yourself. And you guys know what this team is doing. You know the culture that we've created. And it bothers me that some people are joining us every day and are not given the opportunity to get plugged into the culture. But, you know, you looked at the top people from this week. Joe Richard up in New York's number 25 on our team. All these people are on our team. Dave West, number 23. Carlos in Colorado is 22. Bobby Gandy is number 20. Dan Bruning, which you heard last week, number 18. Gabe, our guy Gabe in Virginia is number 16. Steady Dave Buchanan in Florida is number, what is Dave? I can't read my 15. Myself. Then we have Alan Knight in California, number 11 in the company. Dan Parks is number 10 in the company. Kamala is number 9 in the company, and the Whitneys are number 8 in the company. 12 of the top 25 iHub affiliates are on this team. That's almost half of the leaderboard. It's the most we've ever had in a week. You guys are killing it. You're doing phenomenal. You're plugged in, you're committed, you're all in. And I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people. I had one with Dan Parks. This was just some email conversation parts that he sent me. And we're all seeing, those of us that are plugged in and those that are yanking doors every week, it's blowing our minds that everybody's not plugged in and yanking doors, because we know the only place this is difficult is between our ears. And we know that the first one is the hardest. If you do 10, it gets easier and easier and easier and easier the more you do it, because everything starts coming into your comfort zone. But you've got to get serious, and you have to get in the marketplace. You cannot learn this on webinars or reading books. You learn it by yanking doors. That's where you're going to learn it. And, you know, Dan talked about, and this is a neat concept, he said, you know, he could understand why people would be hesitant if there wasn't so many already succeeding. And see, that's the thing. There it is. There's the proof right in front of you. Look at what's happening on this team. A lot of people are doing phenomenal here. And so maybe it comes down, he says, to helping people understand the money that they are losing. And he said a 10 club, 10 active players a month generates 10,000 in rewards, 10,000 in OBN. To keep it simple, remind people that people have a lot more. There are people that have 50,000, 100,000 and more rewards right now that they've already accumulated in their back office. Many of you have got that, and they're climbing every single week. So go back to 10,000. He said, Bill Toth, the co-founder of OpenView, in a talk that Dan had heard, said he expects OBN to hit the exchange around 50 cents a token and move to $2.50 per token quickly. Right now, we're being paid at 10 cents a token, but when it hits the exchange, if it goes to 50 cents and then to 250, and I've seen projections for 30% and then 180, and I've seen projections that say it's going to hit at 10 cents, go to $1 and then $5. Everybody's got different opinions, but the bottom line is, guys, it can get real crazy real quick. 10,000 tokens at 50 cents is $5,000 that you have in your bank. If you're a 10 club member, 10,000 is 25,000 at 250 is $25,000. Once OBN is on the exchanges, is a public release and the public can purchase it. The goal is to hold on to as many of your OBN as you can, because 10,000 at $50 is now worth $500,000 or $500,000. I mean, and again, some of us saw the HNT token go from 7 cents to $55. I mean, we've seen it, this type of growth happen in the past. Does that mean it's going to happen in the future? No, but could it? Yeah. Why are most of us really here? It's banking on what is that token going to be worth? And right now we're mining it every single month at 10 cents. 10 cents. It's once it goes on the exchanges, then we're going to get our $100 worth. But if it's a dollar token, we're not going to be getting 1,000 tokens like we are getting at a dime. We get 100 tokens. And again, no matter how you look at the numbers, the loop opportunity is worth getting passionate about. It's worth getting passionate about. It's a ground floor, wide open market. It's a residual income creator. That's what I love about this. People aren't going to fall off auto ship. Once those boxes are installed, those players are cranking. They're just going to continue to crank and make you money month after month after month with no investment on the business part. When it goes on the exchange, it's going to get crazy quick. In a perfect world for me, and this is my opinion, I mean, for my first 90 days, it's like, man, I'll be glad when this gets on the exchange. I'll be glad when this gets on the exchange. Now, my hope, and don't shoot me for this, but my hope in the perfect world is that it's 6 to 9 months from now before it goes on the exchange, because it's going to get crazy when it goes on the exchange. It's going to be crazy. Right now, ground floor, wide open market. Nobody's heard of Loop. Nobody's heard of this right now, but it's not going to stay that way. So give us 6 to 9 months. And why 6 to 9 months? Because of the new vertical that we've moved into, the ERC program. Guys, let this really sink in your mind. I've spent a lot of time here in the last couple of weeks. This is the most astronomical income potential I have ever seen. And what do? We have to collect paperwork. We don't have to do anything except get appointments set. When Josh here, the owner of the company that we're partnered with on this vertical, bottom line, when he said thousands and thousands of people have become millionaires with this program within the past 15 months. Now let that sink in for a minute. That has never existed in the entrepreneurial world. There's not a team building company. There's not a Shopify company. There's not any entrepreneurial world where that statement could have ever been made except for this time and place in history. Thousands and thousands of people become millionaire with this program in 15 months. And you've heard Rick and you've heard Chuck state that if they had been working this compensation plan, they would have made almost 3 times as much money with the iHub Global compensation plan. Now, maybe people won't become millionaire, but common sense tells me if that's happening, there's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to do extremely well, even if they aren't one of the ones that become a millionaire. So I don't know how many of you saw this, but they released the first leaderboard this week. Right now, currently 5 of the top 10 in this company, the ERC division, are part of this team. You guys know how to work and you know how to focus on the right stuff. But we've got Dave Johnson, Kamala, Alan, Roger. I had never met. Roger's in California. Roger is number 2 in the company, and number 1, which doesn't surprise me at all, honestly, is Gordy and Kelly Alderson. But right now, 5 of the top 10 in the entire company, this division, are part of this team. Now, I want to take a little bit. I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible, but I want you to get this slide. Some of the low-hanging fruit has been picked over the past 15 months. There's no doubt about that. Some of you, the first 5 businesses you called, nobody had heard of it. Some of you, the first 5 businesses you called, everybody had heard of it. You got to get 100 calls to have a true market sample. Okay, you can't make your decision, oh, nobody's heard of it, or oh, everybody's heard of it. But a lot of the low-hanging fruit has been picked. The program ends on April the 25th or April of 2025, 2.5 years. In reality, I believe we have a 9-month sprint ahead of us. That's my guesstimate, 9 months. Because I think in 9 months, when you ask a business owner about ERC, it's like asking somebody, have they ever heard of Amway? That's the saturation that it will have, and it's going to happen that quick. I cannot tell you how many people I talked to last week that they said, I missed somebody by 1 day. Somebody had contacted them the day before that they did. A lot of people have experienced that. They say that 84% of the market is left. Maybe that's, I think it's probably a little bit less than that. But here's what I really believe. I believe every one of you that's on this call tonight who goes to work, goes all in now, has enough time left to create $1 million income in 2023. I sincerely believe that. The goal is 600 W-2 employees. So you might have one business that has 20 employees. You might have one that has 5. You might have one that has 72 employees. But the total group, the total goal is 600 W-2 employees from businesses that you've taken through this process. 600. I know Shelly did one this week that I was over 100. But so 600, if you have a couple that have 100 plus, 600 is not that astronomical. 600, the average refund is $10,000 per W-2. That's $6 million. 17% of that at the lowest commission possible with this company would give you $1.2 million in commissions. $1.2 million in commissions. 2023. How? 600 W-2s. 600 W-2s over 9 months, because I think we have about 9 months to get this done. I think the quicker you get it done, the better, but say 9 months. That's averaging 67 W-2s per month. You could do that easily with one business. We have people on this team that are on track to do that their first week. We have people on this team that have done that in their first week. You're going to have to go through more numbers to get the same results every single month moving forward. Next month, you won't be able to accomplish what you can accomplish this month. In December, you won't be able to accomplish what you can accomplish in November. In January, you won't be able to accomplish what you can accomplish in December, and so on and so forth. If there was ever a land grab, this is it. You have to go through more numbers to get the same results every month moving forward. If you're going to participate, now is the time. Now's the time. Like now, not next week, now. How do you launch? Businesses you know and referrals. You can ask people that you respect, who do you know that owns a business? People that you know in referrals, people that you know that are in business, and referrals, without question, is the best way to launch. That's the best way. If you ignore that, you're going to have regret. Because there's people that you know, every business owner you know personally is going to hear about this, guaranteed. You're going to tell them, or somebody else is going to tell them. But for those of you that's okay, Dale, like I think Alan's saying, Dale, I'm focusing on loop in the day, and I'm going to do, I'm doing I'm doing ERC in the evenings. Some of you have been asking for emails. This is the email that you can send to a business. I sent out 55 as a test, and I got 6 responses. Here, it's simple. This came from Shelley Giddings. I'd like to put you, first contact email. The subject is information. And it says, Mr. Morse, I'd like to put you in touch with someone who is responsible for making, I would like to be put in touch with someone who is responsible for making decisions about receiving grant money. I have access to no strings attached grant money that is available for car dealerships. Who should I contact? That's all they're doing. That's all we're doing. That's the first email from a prospecting standpoint. So you can be anywhere in the world and send these out to different businesses. The phone script. People say, I'd like to know more, or you need to contact Joe. Joe's the person. Mary Ann's the person. Here's the basic phone script. I want to go, it's in the Facebook files on the page, and I've made a couple of tweaks. But hi, this is Dale Calvert over in Georgetown, Kentucky. Again, I was talking, I believe that you focus on your state, your area, because there's a natural connection when you do that. So if I'm focusing on Kentucky, hey, this is Dale Calvert over in Georgetown, Kentucky. You replied to an email we sent you about grant funds for Billy Bob's car lot. Do you have a minute? Because he's already replied back and said, contact Billy Bob. He takes care of it. And I asked him, do you have a minute? Because I don't want him to be in the middle of something dealing with the customer. Do you have a minute? And I said, yeah, I got a minute. I work with the #1 ERC recovery firm who's helped businesses, private schools, nonprofit organizations recover over $2 billion in funds, but there's billions of dollars in funds that have been set aside that have not been claimed. Most of the people I speak with are not aware of the employee retention credit program available to them. Have you ever heard of it? And people are either going to say, yes, I've heard of it and I've applied, or no, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then you can just say, well, the ERC is a stimulus program designed to help those businesses that were able to retain their employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. How many W-2 employees are on your payroll, Billy Bob? How long have you been in business? Or you can ask them, what year did you start? Because what are we looking for? 5+ W-2 employees and been in business at least 2 years. How long have you been in business, or when did you start? And I would say, well, Mr. Billy Bob, my job is to pre-qualify car dealerships to see who qualifies for the ERC credits based upon what you shared with me. Now, let's say he said he had 10 employees. Based upon what you've shared with me, I think you're going to qualify for around $80,000 to $100,000 in credits. And that's 8,000 to 10,000 per person is what my mind. I think you're going to qualify for around $80,000 to $100,000 in credits. Do you have any objection to getting on a discovery call with one of our experts? Most important question you will ask. The terminology is important. I've changed it. It's not on the script in the files. I'll put this script up in the files soon. But this is a real important question. You want them to say no. So the question is, do you have any objection to getting on a discovery call with one of our experts? Well, no, I don't have any objection. They can answer all your questions, tell you exactly how much they feel Billy Bob's car lot can qualify for, and they can share with you how they can help you claim your funds. Is the morning or afternoon usually best for you for a call? Morning, okay. Would Friday work good, or Monday morning? What's just best for you? Okay. But what about 10 o'clock on Monday morning? Does that sound good? Okay, you're going to get email confirmation for 10 o'clock on Monday morning. What's the legal name of Billy Bob's Car Lot? What's the best email address and your phone number? And again, you'll receive an email confirmation for your appointment time. Look for that. It'll be coming here real soon. And I'm gonna send you an email also with my information. If you have any questions, let me know. And that's it. On that one sheet, I put this just in case people ask, why do they need a specialist? But nobody's asking that. But if they do, this is what my reply would be. So that's my notes. So if you're going to do this, get passionate about it. Set the goal for 600 W-2s as soon as possible. 600 W-2s, 10,000 for refund, 6 million, 17% is $1.2 million in commissions. 600 W-2 employees over 9 months is averaging 67 W-2s per month. We have people on this team that will do that. You're going to have to go through more numbers to get the same results every month going forward. If you're going to participate, now is the time. Now is the time. This is the best opportunity I have seen in 42 years. It's the best 2 opportunities I've seen in 42 years, and they're together under one roof called iHub Meta. Now I'm going to stop sharing, and I asked Shelly to sneak out of a meeting, and she should be on. Hopefully, Shelly, if you're on, come off mute. I want you to just share with them what's happened for you. Yeah, there she is. Dawn, can you let her come off mute?
Okay, there we go. Thanks, Dale. I don't know. What do you want to know? I just had to drive an hour and a half to this meeting that I'm at. And I had another call during that time, so I got 6 more W-2s. I think I'm at a total of 223.
223 in a week, right?
Yeah. If I'm counting right, I don't know. I'm not really keeping track. I'm just doing
Keep track. We all need to know when you hit 600.
Okay. Hopefully by the end of next week, right? But it's been so easy. Because it's election season, I only have like an hour here and an hour there because of my other obligations. And so I sit down and I have sent emails. I counted before I left. I think I have sent 150 in the last week. The one that you just read, very simple. The responses are, we are interested. So I just go back to them and I say, can you get on a 5-minute phone call with me so I can pre-qualify you? They all say yes.
Oh, you're sending that in an email?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And then I get on the phone with them and I already have pulled up on my computer the submission form. I already have their information, like their email, their phone number in there. And I just asked them, how many W-2 employees do you have? I plug that in and hit the button, ask them, today I had a call at 9 a.m. He had his meeting at 4:30 this afternoon.
Wow.
So I'll say, I'll say we've got meetings this afternoon, or, we have them tomorrow. And
that's so cool.
It's taking less than 5 minutes.
So you talked to him at 9 and he did his phone at 4:30 this afternoon.
Yes.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yes. He was very excited. It's been fairly easy. Now, I will also say though, all of my friends who own businesses who I've talked to, they've already applied. So I'm kind of out of the war market and I'm just contacting people via email right now.
When you have a business that says, yeah, I've already applied, say, awesome, glad you're going to get the money. Who do you know that I should contact?
There we go. Yes. Yeah.
Ask for the referral. Did y'all hear that? Because you're all going to hear it. Yeah, I've already I've already applied. Awesome. I'm glad you're getting the money. That's cool that you're in the loop. Who do you know that I should contact? Make use of that contact.
Yeah,
That's
I have not done that. That's good. That's good.
Shelley, are you going to become a millionaire in 2023?
I sure am.
You are. You really will. There's no
Yep.
way. There's no way you can't.
Nope.
600. It's 600. And guys, we don't have to wait for it to go there. We don't have to wait for nobody to do nothing except the IRS to take the money that's already set aside and write the check.
Hmm. Yeah, it's easy.
Compared to Luke,
And
how's this been for you?
1,000 times better because, like I said, I have an hour here and an hour there, and so it's been difficult to get out to go door to door, to go to the businesses just because I haven't had a lot of time. So this has been 1,000 times better, and I'm just going to focus on this. Once this is done, I'll go back to those businesses and see if they have TVs and go from there. But and another thing too, I've had some people say, well, what about this? What about that? I don't know anything about this as far as people on our team. You don't need to know. I always say, I have no idea. That's why you're going to talk to the expert. They will be able to answer your questions. And they're fine with that. Okay, great. Get me on the phone.
All my job is to do is to pre-qualify you.
Mhm.
That's all I do. I don't know anything about anything. These people are the experts. Do you have any objection from me setting up a call with them for you?
Right.
That's it. Thanks, Shelley.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks, Dale. I'm going to go.
Thank you for
Okay.
sneaking out for us. Alan Knight, we had a brief conversation at some point in the last few days, and you said focus on Luke during the day, ERC at night. I mean, how are you? Because here's what everybody has to do, like you, that's making it happen with Luke. How do I compartmentalize this in my brain? So any insights there, Alan? And then we're going to hear from the number one couple in this company. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just, there's, I can do this full time, which I get that that's not everybody. But the good hours for Loop are 9 to 11 and 2 to 4. And then sometimes some of the bar and grills, the guys, it's hard to, as you guys know who are doing it, owners are, I don't know where they hide, but they're not in their store very often. And then sometimes with the bar and grills, it's you got to catch them in the evening because they're coming in when business is happening. But it's dead time from basically 11 to 2, and so there's time there, and all we're doing is shooting emails for ERC, and then and also I partner with Kamala a lot of times, and so 6 o'clock in the morning my time is 9 o'clock her time, and so I can do emails before I go out also, as far as ERC is concerned. And then so that's basically mine. I like what I'm doing, which is weird to say. But I mean, I like walking into businesses. I like business owners. The more I'm around them, the more I like them. They're good people that are helping people with jobs and all that kind of stuff. And they tend to talk straighter than employees. So anyway, I enjoy doing that. And so I don't want to stop that. And obviously I want to win in whatever we're doing. So that's just my focus is walking into those places, and then those guys can become ERC prospects at least. By the way, have you gotten your ERC yet? that's always a question I can ask in those places as well. But I like leading with the loop when if I'm yanking doors, I like to yank doors with loop, because it seemed, just for me, it's like a more natural conversation about, something, instead of asking them about their finances, or, kind of what, and that's my comfort level right now. And that may change, but right now I like entering, because loop blows them away. Like, as far as, because they haven't ever seen anything or heard anything like that. And so I like leading with that. And yeah.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Gordy and Kelly, number one, guys, that deserves a hand. Really, number one in this entire company, first week out. What the heck are
Awesome.
y'all doing?
Well, first of all, thanks to you for the pep talk. Thanks to Cam for all kinds of stuff. But Alan, what I'm not doing is I'm not sending the link. What we are doing, because remember I told you in that text, I said, I talked to Alan and Alan's like, don't send the link, go for the call. And we talked about that. I'll get into that verbiage. And I text you, I said, Alan's got 4 appointments. I've got a bunch of follow-up. So don't send the link. The only time you want to send the link is if you can't get them on the call and they don't know anything about it, you shoot them the link and then you can follow up, and everybody knows how to do that. Did you know what, blah, blah, blah. And thanks to Kelly too, because she's gotten real good at entering this data. I actually entered a call today by myself on my phone. So yeah, I'm getting pretty techie. So anyways, I talked to a guy today, Jason Sanders. I texted him last night. He's a bit customized. Everything I've been doing is hot and warm market, and calling all the business owners I know. We are way late in the game on this thing. They say there's 84%. Well, it's probably 84% unclaimed, but I'm telling you, 50% of them are in the process. So don't get discouraged. You're going to get a lot. There's a lot of business owners like Shelly she didn't get lucky because, luck's preparedness, and when it meets whatever. Anyways, most businesses that have 100 employees or something like that, they've already done something. If they say they've already applied, you can ask them, did they get paid for all 6 quarters? And then I tell them this, look, let's get you on the phone with one of these experts, because if I say this, think about this, guys, right here, and jot this down. These firms, they've got these big time accountants, blah, blah, blah. I say, well, listen, do you think maybe the New York Yankees and Rolex watches and Hilton hotels have some pretty good have pretty good tax lawyers and accountants? How come they're using these guys?
That's right.
And I was on the phone with 2 accountants this week, and one of them's for a company called PSE. They're probably one of the largest bow manufacturers in the world. I called the guy. He puts me on the phone with his accountant or controller or whatever. So here I am, a bit maker, on the phone with these. I don't care. They can't see me. So we just get to talking about this stuff. And I don't care. And so here I am talking with these guys, and I'm like, hey, I'm sure you're the best accountant in the whole world. However, there's been a bunch of amendments to this thing. You aware of that? They went through the whole thing. They knew all about the amendments and said, great, I'm glad you got the money. Talked to a guy named Jason Sanders today. I'm on the phone with him at 1 o'clock, and I asked him about ERC, and he's like, man, I applied for that. My accountant, he says, I think that guy sucks. So if they want to throw their accountant under the bus, let them, And then I said, well, would you be opposed to jumping on the phone and finding out what you need to do to get this thing, whatever? I'm on the phone with him at 1. I set the appointment for 1:30. They called him 25 minutes later.
Wow.
And he signed a contract today. We had 7 contracts get signed today.
Wow.
After I talked to you.
After Kelly
Yeah.
talked to you. I'm thinking about some other stuff I just don't want to miss.
Well, I'll add a couple things. Like Shelley said, don't try to answer questions. That's not our job. We're not tax accountants. We're not tax attorneys. Get them on the phone, whatever. Don't try and even answer questions. And then one of the things that Alan said, I don't want to talk to them about their finances. Change that mindset, Alan, because you're not going to talk to them about their finances. You're going to ask them if they have any W-2 employees. Have you heard of ERC? That's the only, I'm with you on that. What you said, I can relate to what you said, but I don't have to know about their finances. I just want them to know, I want to help them and put them in touch with people that have dished out $2.5 billion. And when you get that, all you guys that have been doing Loop and been building, you have a very warm market there. Probably some of it's hot. And the fact that you guys have gone in and gone over and just beyond taking care of your clients, what you guys have accomplished, that's really credible. And I would go back to your Loop customers and contact every single one, because you have a very warm or possibly a very hot market right there. And don't get into their finances. Just come at the angle of, we built a relationship. I want to help you.
I talk about,
Well, one question before, how, Kelly and I talked today, how many contracts do y'all have in the hopper? And y'all hear this, please. How many do y'all have?
We have 9 in the hopper now, and we
How
have
many W-2s total?
almost 700.
but
Whoa,
They're in the hopper.
whoa.
No,
Did
no.
y'all hear that?
yeah. And so, but
700 in a week. How many do you need to make $1 million?
Yeah, 600.
so, and
600.
here's the thing, we can't control the outcome of that. We don't care. All we care about is we get them on the phone. Consistent effort doesn't always bring consistent results, but I'm trying to think about, the thing, Joe Biden.
Well, it's
Anyway,
like Shelley said, when you really start doing this, you don't keep track of the W-2s. You're just like, do you have 5 or more W-2s? Get that call scheduled. And when Dale asked me, I started going through, this is one of our spreadsheets. We have 3 of them now that are in the hopper. So, and I'm keeping track as they go through. Some of them are now sending in their copies of their income taxes to bottom line. So they're really good about keeping you informed. There is a little bit of a lag time there. So if anybody, anyway, there's a little bit of a lag time on our end, but they're rolling. They're doing a really good job of keeping you informed and where every person is in I guess it would be scheduled calls.
Okay, guys, we could talk all night. It's time for a corporate call. I'm hoping we get some.
hold on. I gotta say a few more things here. Okay. When they talk about this is solid gold. Some of you might want to use it. It's political, or some of you might not want to use it. I say, look, they say, I don't want the government money, blah, blah. I said, listen, it has already been allocated for, the debt's already been created. I said, it's either going to end up with you or it's going to end up in the Hunter Biden hooker fund. And that might sound offensive, but I'm telling you, it gets through to their subconscious mind. And the last thing I got to tell you is, when you set the call, you get the information, you set the call, we give them a 10-minute warning call. And here's the main, listen to this. We've had a couple of people miss calls. I know how many W-2s they got. You can do some real quick math. I say, oh, by the way, make dang sure you have that cell phone on and you answer this call under every circumstance, because they're going to call you right on time, and you don't want to miss a $200,000 phone call, do you? And I'm ending that
Stuff. And you can text them that before, right? If you know
that's the last thing I say. Make sure you got your phone on.
They're
They're going to call you. You don't want to miss a $200,000 phone call.
Good stuff.
Okay.
All right, guys, I got to get on this corporate call. They'll be.
All right, see.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
We'll talk again soon. If we need to talk again, we will. But I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
Run.
Thanks, Hank.
Row, get committed. Go all in. See you guys. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Dale.
Bye-bye.